The narrative regarding American slavery often emphasizes the physical abuse endured by slaves, such as whippings, but often overlooks the pervasive sexual violence inflicted upon both male and female slaves. Sexual abuse was a potent tool used to exert control over slaves, both physically and psychologically. Failure to acknowledge this aspect of slavery erases the full extent of the atrocities committed against enslaved individuals. The enduring legacy of this sexual violence has been said to contribute to the hypersexualization of African American men and women in the United States. Black men are often depicted as sexual predators unable to control their urges, while black women are portrayed as inherently promiscuous, reinforcing racial and sexist stereotypes with deep historical roots. Understanding the history of slavery requires confronting this sexual violence and its role in perpetuating racial and gender hierarchies. Race and rape became intertwined through the legal system in early America. White slave owners justified their sexual exploitation of slaves by dehumanizing them, likening them to animals such as orangutans. This comparison served to rationalize the belief that slaves did not require consent for sexual acts, as animals do not give consent for breeding. Consequently, black women were viewed as inherently promiscuous and unable to be raped, while black men were deemed sexually aggressive, leading to unequal treatment under the law. Elite white men crafted and enforced racially biased sexual assault laws to maintain their supremacy within the class hierarchy. Black men accused of assaulting white women faced harsh punishments, reflecting not a concern for the victim's well-being, but rather the preservation of white male dominance. Sexual relations between black men and white women threatened the existing power structures, leading to laws aimed at preventing such relationships by punishing black men and enslaving women who engaged in them. Sexual violence was instrumental in reinforcing gender hierarchies within American society, depriving slaves of control over their own bodies. While male slaves were valued for their labor, female slaves were often subjected to rape to exploit their reproductive capabilities. This differential treatment underscored the broader dehumanization and exploitation inherent in the institution of slavery. Sexual violence inflicted deep wounds on both male and female slaves, with lasting repercussions that extended far beyond physical harm. Harriet Ann Jacobs, a former slave, aptly captured this reality when she stated, "Slavery is terrible for men, but it is far more terrible for women." The trauma of sexual abuse left survivors grappling with profound psychological scars, eroding their sense of self-worth and dignity. Moreover, the intergenerational transmission of trauma ensured that the legacy of sexual violence endured long after slavery formally ended. Descendants of enslaved individuals continue to grapple with the psychological and emotional fallout of their ancestors' experiences, underscoring the enduring impact of slavery on African American communities. Despite the passage of time, the echoes of sexual violence and slavery reverberate in contemporary society, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and systemic inequalities. African American men are unjustly stigmatized as hypersexual predators, while African American women are objectified and dehumanized, reinforcing deeply ingrained racial and gender biases. Confronting this dark chapter of history requires courage and compassion. It demands an honest reckoning with the atrocities committed against enslaved individuals and a commitment to amplifying their voices and experiences. By centering the narratives of survivors and honoring their resilience, we can begin to dismantle the structures of oppression that continue to shape our society. Education and awareness are essential in challenging the myths and misconceptions surrounding sexual violence in slavery that perpetuated these atrocities and work towards meaningful reconciliation and healing. Through thoughtful reflection and dialogue, we can foster a greater understanding of the systemic injustices that perpetuated these atrocities and work towards meaningful reconciliation and healing. In conclusion, the history of sexual violence in American slavery is a painful reminder of the depths of human cruelty and the enduring legacy of oppression. By confronting this history with courage and compassion, we can pave the way for a more just and equitable society for all. Please support our channel. Like, subscribe, and share to receive notifications of our upcoming videos.